Howdy there, Internet students. Mr. Hermanson again. Here we are with lesson 1.2D, and we're going to learn how to change means and medians by adding a number to the list. So the first thing we're going to learn how to do is how do you change the mean? Okay, so we're going to talk about this set of data here. I'll highlight it. And then how we want to change it. So these numbers. We want to find a value you could add to the data set to change the mean to 2. Okay? And remember that when you change it and you add a value to the data set, you're actually adding one more to the amount of numbers. So we need to think about that. Okay? So first of all, find the sum of the original values. So go ahead and add all of them up. All the highlighted numbers, add those up. I'm going to pause here. Okay, that sum of the values before we add our new one, that's called our partial sum. Okay, and that's 20. Then we're going to count the number of values and add 1 to that number because we're going to have a new one. So basically, count this blank spot here as one more number. And you'll find that that number is 11. Okay. Now, we're going to backtrack to find the missing value here. The value that we want is 2, so we can fill that in right here. The partial sum is what we're going to add to our missing number. Here's our missing number. That's what we want to know what it is. So we're going to add 20 to that because that's what all those numbers added up to. And then we're going to divide that by the number of values in the data set that we're going to have after we add this new number, which is 11. Okay, now we can backtrack. And to backtrack, basically you do the opposite. So start here with 2. Instead of divide by 11, go ahead and multiply that by 11. So I'll write my backtracking idea here. That'll bring me to 22. And in order to get that 22, we're going to add 20. So, so that means backtracking, I want to subtract 20 from 22, which that's 2, right? Okay, so if we add 2 to this list, and we can check that out, let's add 2. So now our total is going to be 22 divided by 11 equals 2, which is our target mean. All right? There's another way we could do that. We could count the number of values and add 1 to that like we did the last time. I'm going to see if this is the same set or a new set. This is a new set. So count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add 1 to that. So we have the set plus our new number, which is going to be 9. Okay. And then go ahead and find the total points. Since the mean is -4, that means if you add -4 9 times, you will get the total. Because the mean, the average, is the total divided by the number of numbers. So working backwards, we can just multiply that mean by whatever number of numbers we have. So we're going to multiply that by 9. That gives us -36. This way makes more sense to me, but use whatever way you like. So now we want to add up all of these, see what we got out of that -36 so far. So I'm going to add up all of those. And if you add those all up, you're going to find that they equal -30. Okay. Now we're going to take our total points that we need, which is -36. We're going to subtract our partial sum, which is -30. It's a good thing we know how to subtract negatives here. It's the same as adding, so -36 plus 30, which equals -6. All right. I kind of like that way better, but you guys decide what you like. All right, the other thing we want to talk about is how can you change the median? Okay, so step 1, to find the median, you have to order the numbers from least to greatest. Okay, remember that adding a value to the data set, will change the number of values. So either even to odd or odd to even, which changes how you calculate the median. Okay, so there's a few things you want to consider. What would happen if you added a new minimum, a new maximum, or added a value to the center of your data? All of those things may change the median. Okay, so let's try one here. First of all, let's put these in order from least to greatest. And the least number on there is -10. Go ahead, I'll pause and do that. Okay, so our target median is 5. And just so you know, it's not always possible to change the median, okay, to a certain number. Okay, so we want our median to be 5. Well, right now, let's talk about what our median is right now. All right, right now, our median is halfway between -3 and 9. Now remember, to figure out that, you would do this and divide it by 2, okay? Since we don't have an exact number in the middle, and that's equal to 3. So right now our median is 3. That's good to know. Okay. So if I want that median to be 5, couldn't I just put a 5 right there? Because that would become the middle number. Right? If I wanted it to be 9, then I need a 9 right there, which I can do because 9 is in this range. I can add a 9 there. Like, what I mean by that is you couldn't put a 15 between a -3 and 9 in order. So yeah, I could do that. Just put a 9 there. That works. Okay. What if I want the median to be -3? Well, starting to get a little messy here. Let's clean that up a bit. So we had -3 here, and then we had 9 there. All right, what if I wanted the median to be -3? Would that work? Could I put a -3 there? Yeah, that fits between, and now the median is the middle number, which is -3. So that works. Okay, what if I wanted the median to be 10? Okay, so we have to add 10 to the list, but I cannot put 10 in between the -3 and 9 because in order it would not fit. So we're going to say that's not possible. If I put 10 in the list, the 10 would go here, and that would make the median 9. So it's not always possible to do that. All right. So if we want to change the median and make it move to the left in the ordered list, we need to add a number to the right side of the current median. If we want to change the median and move it to the right of the ordered list, we need to add a number to the left. If we want to keep the median the same when adding a new value, that value needs to be in the center, in the middle. It needs to be the median. All right. I think that's it. It's time for you to try a few problems. Good luck with that, and we'll talk to you soon.